it irks me. I think it irks me. Like my soul is not comfortable with it. It's not comfortable. I don't want to say it makes me. It's not comfortable with it. There's a space between uncomfortable and not comfortable, and it makes me not comfortable. I'm not in the uncomfortable category, but I'm not comfortable with it. Even if you drop to your knees and pledge your allegiance to me, you will live off residuals of my energy, of my immortality, but you will not be given the tree. You will not become your own tree of life. You will live off residuals, have a good earthly life, but and that's just because I acknowledge that your talents and gifts can help me. Your husband's probably a very talented individual. I won't, no one's going to take that away from him. Very talented individual. And I don't want you to think that what I'm doing is talent. Or feel that what I'm doing is talent. Or even a gift. I mean, a blessing feels, I'm a little more comfortable with the word blessing, but fortunate even, which has to do with chance and luck. I don't want to say ordained. Alignment doesn't feel like it's going to make it this far. My heart. It's my heart. Another word I made up is heartative. It's heartative. It's heartative. The heart is the most important, is the most important organ. Brain is important too, ruled by the moon. Heart ruled by the sun. But the heart was the first organ. It could do everything. It delegated everything that it could do to the different body parts when they got created. You lose your heart or your head, you're screwed. You watch Django, he's like, when you snip a nigga's nuts, it usually takes a couple minutes for them to bleed out. Like, oh my god. Most of them die from bleeding out. Like, so I mean, you lose those parts and you perish, you die. But I'm not talking about you dropping to your knees, ladies, and stuff like that. Although I will have female knights. I want my firstborn. I believe my firstborn. I have a feeling my firstborn. Not believe, but I have a feeling my firstborn will be a female, and I want my firstborn to be a daughter. I want a firstborn daughter. I do want a son too, but I want my firstborn to be a daughter. And my first four initial, and there's a reason why I want 4. I'm sure you can probably assess it by this point, but I'll make a video on that. Comment below if you think you know what it is in this video. But my 4 children, my first four children, I want 4. And even my firstborn, even if I don't have, I will have 4, but sorry ladies, but my firstborn is not going to be my successor. Let's say my most loved child, my most favorite child, but not my successor. And I will have a successor in the event, not because I'll die of old age or anything like that, but because if an event I do believe in completing my work. I do believe I can complete that. In completing my work. If I complete it, if I get the universe correct to where it needs to be, where it needs to go, in theory, especially if I'm not with Evelyn, And this is saying if I did have a kid with somebody else, which is hard for me to fathom right now. And I don't want to be pressured or rushed into it or anything like that. I'm not trying to sleep with a bunch of different people. Again, I would like, if I did get sexually active with a person, I would want that to last at least until I catch up to my body age or to my body count. So 13 years, you know, but with, you know, I'm not trying to waste anybody's time and stuff like that. So, I was highlighting that, you know, your husband might have talents and stuff like that. They could help me here on Earth. Their skill, their aptitude, my subscribers, you know, should I get it? Like, you could help me accumulate wealth and material things. You know, you could help me accumulate these things by supporting the channel, by consuming my content and stuff like that. That can help. And there are other ways, and that will make me comfortable here on Earth. But I don't believe in apples for oranges, like the alchemy, you know, and Full Metal Alchemist, they say like the law of equivalent exchange. Equality is a really hard thing to fucking find. I would say males and females are equal. We're different, and we should acknowledge those differences. We should be very aware of those differences. But I would say we're equal. But 1 and 1 are not equal. They might be equal, but they're definitely fucking different. Drake has a song, add it and then subtract me, I'll never be equal, or something like that. Because they're not equally positioned. You know, the first one is left of the right one, and right is not equal to left. They're opposites. You know, there's other terms we can use other than equal. Complementary. You're only equal to yourself, realistically. And I don't mean your future self or your past self, your present self. You're only equal to yourself, kind of thing. Like, but even then, if you compare yourself to yourself, your comparison is not equal to that which is not a comparison of you. Or that, you know, just self-image, your self-image, your identity, your comparison of that identity, comparing yourself to your own identity, is the comparison version of you is not equal to the identity. It's equal. Equality is a very, very hard thing to actually get and comprehend. I know I said it'd end it like 30 minutes ago. I'm coming to a close here. I am. Yeah. I'm gonna end it here. I said that like at least 3 times. I don't know if there will be a part 2 to this. It's pretty lengthy. I think I answered everything for the most part. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll get to them. I'll answer them. And, you know, maybe make a video on it. If I don't answer it in the comments, you know, I'll probably definitely like it. I'm not sure what she'll say, so, you know, I don't know, but, either way, in some way, shape, or form, it may, there's a good chance I'll respond. I don't know what you'll say. I don't know how, you know, if you'll add anything substantive or anything like that. But